Yay! I think I figured it out. Oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, I think we're finally there. I'm just gonna make sure that it's working. It's working! Okay. Damn it, YouTube and your features. Hi, Amethyst, how are you? So I think now we finally figured out how to work this stupid thing. Hi, Elmoda, how are you? So this morning, we're going to be reviewing the Gilt Tarot, which is one of the little nuggets that US Games sent me for review. And first I'm going to show off, there's a little Tibetan shop on Main Street, which I don't visit often, but I did manage to get to yesterday. Kind of a long story. But this is my new singing bowl, and I'm really excited about it. It gets a really good sound. Hi, Leslie, how are you? So yeah, it was really cute, pretty. Usually you don't see them in like the straight bowl shape, like it looks like a cereal bowl. You usually see them like the cute, like they look like little donuts or whatever. This is this little tushy donut it sits in. But it's got a really good sound. I was really very impressed by it. Not to go all Hermit's Cave on us, but it sings lovely. And I can get it to sing with a suede mallet. It's not doing really well this morning, but yeah, it's really a lovely little bowl. I just really enjoyed it. But anyway, so that's the one that I got. It's got like it's kind of hard to see, but it's got some etchings and stuff in there. I also like that it's really dark. It almost looks a little tarnished and antique, which I'm sure was done on purpose to get people like me to buy it. So there is that. But anyway, I'm really excited about that little bowl. Anywho, so on to the Gill Tarot. The Gill is honestly not a deck I would have chosen for myself. So I'm toying with the idea of doing a giveaway for it. So maybe, I don't know, I'll think about a way to go about that probably by the end of the video. But here is the box. So it came in a tuck box. If you were to try and order it on Amazon in the States right now, I don't think it's available yet to do on Amazon, but you can definitely get it from US Games right now. And it's $21.99 plus shipping. And I can honestly say that for the extra $9, I would have appreciated a much nicer package. I just think as a consumer, like I get like, okay, so if I'm already paying over $20 for a deck. Hi, Crystal Mama, how are you? So yeah, if I'm already paying over $20 for a deck, I would, just go just definitely, hey Tiff, how are you? Just definitely, put it in a cool, like little 2-piece box or something. US Games does such a really nice presentation with their really nice boxes. I'm surprised they just don't switch, except for the most basic, like your Rider Waits, or the decks that they've done in the past that come in the in the tuck boxes. I'm surprised they just don't switch, honestly. So anywho, onto the deck. It comes with, so I've heard tell that this is a really meaty Kabbalah deck. So if you're into Kabbalistic magic, Hermeticism, all that good stuff, this is a deck for you. If you're super into like Golden Dawn and, A.E. Waite and Aleister Crowley and stuff, that this might be a good, if you're a Thothy kind of person, this is the deck that you might do well with it. So anyway, this is the little guidebook that you get with it. I do know for an extra $12, you can jump on Amazon and get the book. So there is a separate book for this called the Gill Tarot. It's like a purple blue book with a woman holding a sword on the cover. And I'm sure that goes into this much meatier. So the little guidebook though gives you, let's see. So there's a structure of the Gill Tarot, because apparently it's structured differently. The minor arcana, I guess. All right, so it tells you a little bit about the different suits. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, it's very Thothy. We'll go through it. Because it goes into numerology and all that good stuff. So this is a little this is a meaty little book, surprisingly. But just like when you get that tiny little packet with the Thoth, you kind of wish that you had a little bit more. So I wound up, for Thoth, I bought the Don Duquette's Understanding Aleister Crowley's The Thoth Tarot. And I'll probably, I don't know whether or not I keep on to this. A Beaker is quiet because he's got a bowl full of nuts right now. Beaker and I had a fight this morning. He's been trying to sit on shoulders, and he gets really, he has a little bit of oppositional defiance disorder when he sits on your shoulder. So he's not allowed up on shoulders anymore. And he tried to climb up onto my shoulder, and I wouldn't let him get up there. So he tried to bite my ear, and he's in timeout right now. So I was hoping to have him join us. I know you guys love and miss him, but not this morning. Didn't work out. But he's got nuts and he's got toys. He's fine. And I'm sure he'll let himself be known later. But anyway, so we've got the Lovers and the Chariot. Like, it has like little blurbs for each. Strength. Did they switch Justice and Strength? No. So they did not switch Justice and Strength. Justice is 11 in this. Strength is number 8. So those, I think, are still those are still Rider Waite. Those are still Rider Waite. Yeah. And then it goes into the suits in there. So it's a cute little book. Gives you a tiny little space for notes. I think you could probably use more space for notes. So this is another reason I think this would work well as a set, is if you could get like a nice journal or a meaty book. I feel like, just from what I have looked at as far as this deck is concerned so far, it deserves like a nice meaty deck. Maybe a journal, something to write your notes in. This is definitely a cerebral deck. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a flip through. So this is the Fool, very traditional where that's concerned. He's holding what looks to be, that looks like the planet Earth. I'm pulling an R1 right now. Yep, there we go. So there's an Earth in his hand, like a little sphere, and he's about to step off the cliff, and the dog is like, do it, you won't. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. So it's, some of the images are very traditional. The Magician, I believe, is a woman in this deck. So there's that, or a very pretty guy. So I think you'll find a lot of these characters are, they're a little androgynous. Like, this could go either way. The big eyes, though, makes me think like anime lady. But that's just the way my brain goes. The cardstock is traditional US games, a little bit glossy, a little bit waxy, perfect for rifle shuffling. I do like this Empress card, though. It reminds me of Tiffy from Moana. My name is Moana of Montanui. You killed my father. Prepare to die. So yeah, I mean, the cards are really, let me see if we can get this one to focus a little bit more. The artwork is very romancy. This one is interesting. This one almost reminds me of Zoroastrianism, but not really. Like it's almost there, but not really. This is the priest. The Lovers. This angel creeps me out. So Crystal Mama, the cardstock, like I said, it's your typical US Games cardstock. It's not thick. It's not thin either. Like, it's a good stock. Like, it feels a little bit waxy. Like, if you have the Rider Waite, the RWS from US Games, then you know exactly what this deck feels like. And I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't have that deck. So Strength is interesting. They're both looking at we're just going to do a quick flip through. Wheel of Fortune. The Hanged Man. So some of this gets a little, it looks like very jestery to me. Come on, stupid thing. There we go. Yeah, his outfit is very jestery to me. I don't know. I don't really like that. Not a fan. The Death card, though, is one of my favorites. Like, he's sitting in a pool of blood. How appropriate is this for Halloween? Seriously, look at him. He's super scary. he does a spook, and you can see like a little bit of like a skull or a scary face in there. The eagle on his robe. He's in a pool of blood. The monkey from the Lion King. I guess he does a little bit, yeah. And this is the, temperance, the devil. So a lot of this imagery is very Rider-Waite, which is interesting considering it's supposed to be. I like how there's no baby in the sun card. It's just two people dancing. It feels like a continuation of the Lovers card and a little bit of the two of cups and coins kind of put in there too with the infinity symbol. It's interesting. In the world. And then we get into, okay, so this is going backwards through the swords. All right, so here is the suit of swords, and I don't know that I like how this is done, you guys. I don't like Roman. I love Roman numerals. I don't like the God, I used to know what the not Arabic. There's I don't like traditional like numerals in my decks. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I feel like it rips me out of whatever. This looks like Tron. But yeah, this is the suit of swords, and they all kind of go, this is very Pippish, but you get keywords on each of the cards, which is nice. I mean, so it kind of has almost an oracle vibe too, a little bit of Thoth. So you get the prince, the queen, the king. What was the page? Oh, the princess. So it's princess and prince instead of page and knight. So that's nice if you're looking for, yeah, it's a good beginner deck, I guess. I know a lot of really advanced readers. I follow some advanced readers that use it. So this is the wands, a very fiery court. But yeah, all of this is honestly, like, I don't know, like I feel like it probably gives great readings. And we're going to experiment with that in just a second. But yeah, Katie Flowers loves it. Honestly, it's not really my cup of tea. But watch it be one of those, it wasn't my cup of tea either. Pagan Otherworlds. And watch this one, just be like, bitch, you love me. Be like, God damn it, I do. So it'll be interesting to see how it reads, but I'm still toying with the idea of doing a giveaway because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this and really, really want it. I just haven't quite figured out how I want to go about doing it yet. And this is the Earth suit. I don't find, so it's wheels. I don't find that it's always really obvious with how it's reading. But anyway, just a quick order. I don't like that one. All right. And wealth for the Ace of Pentacles. So that is I just did a really quick flip through. I mean, if you're familiar with the deck, then you already know exactly, you either want this one or you don't. If you haven't heard of it, it's one of those, you need to know that it's got a lot of ties to Thoth and Kabbalah. And while the major arcana is 100% Rider-Waite, or not 100%, but it's pretty easy to follow if you're into Rider-Waite. The minors do have the numerals, which can kind of throw you off a bit. I don't know. It just almost rips me out of wanting to, I don't know. But anyway, hi, Leona. How are you? You just got the New Choice Tarot, which is amazing. Coffee. Oh no, it's cold already. Ugh, it's chilly here this morning. Hi, Angelic Siren. Good to see you. Hi, Mia. How are you? Just saying hi to everyone that I haven't said. Oh my God. My coffee cup is the best coffee cup ever. But it's really small. If you do a 10-ounce K-cup in it, it fills it almost all the way to the top, and then there's no room for cream. So you can only do an 8-ounce And that makes me really sad. All right, so as far as shuffling is concerned, we're going to go ahead. Oh, and here's the back. So this is the back image on the cards, you guys. So if you wanted to read this upside down, do reversals, it ain't happening. Although you can't really do, I wouldn't do reversals with this deck anyway, honestly. It's just so straightforward. It feels like a beginning deck for somebody who would be learning tarot in the 70s. That's honestly, that's how I feel about it. All right, so rifle shuffling is a little difficult because of how short the deck is. So here is from the Bianco Nero. Here's the title card for the Bianco Nero, right? It's typical tarot size. And then here is the Gill Tarot card. They're shorter and they're fatter, which makes them a little bit difficult to do. Where'd my chat go? Okay, there it went. Sorry. International House of Pain. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's not a dream to shuffle. It's not that the back seems strange. It's just it's a callback to Kabbalah, and this is the Kabbalistic tree of life. I used to know way back in the day the names of all of these little spots. And it's got the pillars, Boaz and Joshin, I believe is the way you pronounce those, and Yggdrasil, or again, a throwback to the tree of life. And on it says, and I see men as trees walking. I don't know. Like, I don't know that reference, honestly. So it is one of my, oh, we got a jumper. It says victory. But anyway, yeah, if anybody wants a reading with this, I would love to try it out. So go ahead and pose your questions. It's a dream to hand over hand shuffle. It's not too big. It fits right in your hands for that. So you don't have to worry about like also having to like hold on to this big chunky. You don't have to turn it on its side to do any. Oh, the 10 just jumped out too, you guys. So success and victory would be nice. All right, so Crystal Mama wants a general reading on any particular subject or just general? Yeah, I know. It seems like it should. It's very busy to be the back of a card. It seems like it should be the front. But again, like there could be, like I get that it's a callback to it and kind of like a keep your mind on it. But all right, so health. All right, health for Crystal Mama. And hopefully we got them all mixed up enough. So we'll do 3 card. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. 1, 2, 3. All right. You got justice and prosperity and content. So looking like some good health things going on. The justice kind of throws a little monkey wrench into that though. It's usually a card about making some hard decisions. So maybe this is one of those cards that's telling you to cut the shit. Because there's some, you'd have much better health. I mean, you're all right, but for the most part, time to start eating healthier, cutting some stuff out of your diet, exercising, really deciding how important health is to you in the long run, in the scheme of things. But otherwise, you get the 9 and the 10, which is prosperity and contentment. I don't know. Does that make any sense to you? So you cannot exercise with your disease, like at all. Can't do anything. Because I think, again, this is a card about examining and making some decisions, or maybe it's not so much exercise, but maybe there's, a favorite food that you love that maybe might not be so good for you that you're eating more of these days. But this is a pretty, yeah. So you walk with your service dog. Maybe there's some, I don't know, to me, it seems like you're on track, but maybe there are some other things you could cut out or add to your routine to be better. Like, that's all. So yeah, it's one of those, like, again, like, I don't know. I feel like too, with these, it leaves little room for, so here's where I'm feeling boxed in with this deck, the keywords. So the 10 of coins, usually, so this is supposed to be the 10 of coins and it's prosperity, but it also has a lot to do with legacy in a traditional deck. So, you know, like financial and monetary legacy in the long run, whether or not you are financially healthy, you know, whether or not there's enough money there to sustain you for the long run. As far as health is concerned, should you need to take some time off, would be another good interpretation of that one. And then the 9 of Cups is, so it says contentment, which is great. It's often seen as the wish card, but sometimes, like, so my interpretation of the 9, when I usually see it, unless it's like, I never usually read it as contentment or the wish card. I read it as the almost like the counting your chickens before you hatch card, before they hatch card, or the you know, the maybe the boasting card, or the, you know, you're comfortable but you shouldn't be card. Like, you know, it's like, this is the bragging, the, like, it's got that guy on it and he's like, look at all this shit I got, I'm good. But it's like, but are you? So that's normally how I would read this card. But it, again, it kind of traps you with the keyword. And with the Justice, you know, Justice still reads like justice. It's weighing decisions, it's making good choices, right? It's like gotta make some, like, but some final, like, really gotta examine some good decisions. So I would read this if it was Rider-Waite. You know, maybe you think you're on track, maybe you think you're doing good, maybe you think you're, you know, you're in a comfortable place and everything's going well. But for the long term, if you want it, like, you've got to do some, like, huge examining if you want to, like, see where you are in the long term. You know, it's like, are you okay for the long term? I mean, normally that's a good reading, but I tend to be a more shadowy reader than most, because life isn't all lollipops and rainbows. Most people would see this reading and be like, woohoo, great, I'm good, I'm gonna keep doing whatever I'm doing. But you know, like, if you want to leave a legacy and you want to spend a little less money on maintaining your health, and you want to make sure that you're in it for the long run, because normally when you see that card too, there's like 3 generations of people in it. So if you want to be around for to see 3 generations, you got to make sure your health is great, and you can't come to it from a place of false. I'm trying to think. I'm losing that word. Like, he's just so he's just so happy with himself. False. I can't think of it. But anyway, yeah, like, emotionally you're good, but, like, I don't know, like, it's just, yeah, I feel trapped. I felt a little trapped with the keywords. But anyway, with just this reading, yeah. Anywho. This is hard. This is going to be a difficult deck. This is a challenge deck for me. Does anybody want to go next? Anybody else have any questions? I mean, so again, I mean, I'm sorry that it's not my usual deck, you guys, which means it's not gonna, I don't know. I honestly, you know what? One of these nights, I think, you know, I've got tomorrow. I've got some stuff I've got to do tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow afternoon I'll pop on with a deck that I know and love well. And I will, I'll do some readings with one of my trusty rusty decks that gives me good readings instead of a new one that I'm not familiar with how it reads yet. So anyway, anybody else have any questions? I'd love to keep taking this baby for a test drive. But yeah, I felt a little boxed in with the keywords. That was new for me. Like, normally if I'm gonna, like, especially with the tarot deck, Oracle I get. Oracle is usually a little more straightforward. It doesn't have as much nuance as tarot does. Tarot is very, like, you've got tons of interpretations for each card. Hi, Honey Lemon, how are you? We're doing readings today with the Gilt Tarot. This is one of the new decks that This is one of the new decks that was sent to me from US Games. So we're giving it a little bit of a review and a test drive. So if you're just popping on, anybody who's just popping on, if you want a reading, go ahead and put your thingy in the doobly-doo, the chat box, whichever side it is on for you. Also, can somebody let me know whether or not they're seeing stuff forward or backward? Like when you read this, this reads backwards to me on my screen. Are you seeing it the right way? I'd like to know, because it's going to factor into whether or not I keep using. I'm using YouTube's new camera feature. Hi, Mia. Hi, Claudia. How are you? All right, Claudia, absolutely. You can have a reading if you want. Any particular question? Oh, there's Beaker. Yep. It's the right way on your end? That's good. So this card is giving me lots of jumpers, which are making sense to an issue on my mind. So I will give it that. I will give it that. Oh my God, the chat just popped out again. All right, so a general reading for the rest of the week, sure. Any particular issue you want to focus on? And then, honey, I will do your reading after Claudia's. She jumped in there just a little bit before you. So there's Beaker. Cornbread out of the oven. Oh my God. No, you can't say cornbread and then not. Oh, why is it only doing top chat? All right. So hopefully that is. All right. So I just found out there's another work and relationships within work. Okay. So we'll do a general work reading for Miss Claudia. Hi, Bo City. How are you? It's good to see you here. Tiff, you know I can do a reading for you anytime. Anytime. All you got to do is call. All you got to do is call me, Ladyface. But yes, I would love to do a reading for you. All right. Also, Crystal Mama, I hope you brought enough cornbread for the class. All right. So I know I always see you poking around other channels. I'm finally excited to see you here. When are you going to start creating content, Ladyface? All right. So we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 for Claudia. And then you had a jumper too, Claudia. Your jumper is the 3 of Wands, which is enterprise. So to boldly go. Oh, you got the Fool. An adaptation, which is the 5 of coins. And you got the, you got the 10. 10's popping us for, this was a jumper too for when I was shuffling earlier. So this is interesting. Are you having a project or an opportunity coming your way at work? Are you starting a new job? Yeah, the deck images are definitely different. So yeah, with your jumper, enterprise. So yeah, this leads me to think that you've got something new coming your way at work. Either you're thinking about starting new, either you are starting or you're thinking about starting new. You got something coming your way though. So adaptation, prosperity, and enterprise. Were you thinking about branching out and doing a business of your own? I mean, this would read to me as somebody who is starting on their own venture. You know, either you're starting a shop or you're thinking about branching out and getting a side gig or something like that. You know, you've been toying with opening your own business is how this reads to me. Because the Fool is somebody who's like super duper optimistic about jumping ahead. Adaptation. So this is the 5 of coins. And usually you see like those 2 broke ass people like moaning and like outside the church. And then 3 is enterprise. Again, this is somebody who is, this is somebody that's, you know, really like thinking about branching out. It's usually the guy with like, and he's looking out and the ships are like there. He's got like some ships coming in and out. He's a merchant. You know, again, thinking about branching out and doing their own thing as far as business is concerned. And 10 is prosperity. So as far as legacy or whatnot is concerned, you know, the three generations usually. So you're planning on starting your thesis now? All right. Well, I mean, so if you've got your thesis in the works, I don't know, this reading is just saying to me, like, starting a new opportunity. Like, it's jumping out. Maybe an auspicious start for it, but where it was focusing on career specifically, and you got some coins, the Fool, and a wand. Usually when you see those, again, work and money. Wands is passion. The Fool is the start of something absolutely new. Maybe this could be the start of a new, like, of your thesis, if it's going to tie into a financial opportunity for you later on. Or it could be like, if you've got 3 projects going on at work, maybe now's the time to ask for, you know, a raise or more responsibility. Like, you've proven you're responsible, you can handle it. I don't know. So again, honestly, you guys, again, I'm feeling a little trapped by the keywords. But yeah, I mean, this is otherwise a very positive reading. I don't know. This says to me something new, something good, something career driven, and my chat jumped out. But anyway, your ongoing projects will bring in a lot of money. Is it going to be a little bit of a dry spell in the meantime until they're finished? I mean, if your projects are bringing in a lot of money, if your projects will bring in a lot of money, I don't know. Is it going to bring in a lot of money for you? Is it going to bring in a lot of money for the people you work for? Because maybe it's time to think about asking them for a raise. If you succeed, you'll succeed. Oh my God, stop. All right. Let's see. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Good to see you. So honey, lemon, we will do your reading right now. A great job opportunity happening for you this year on the West. Is my connection acting up? Oh my goodness. All right. So is it connected now? Is it better? All right. A job opportunity on the West for honey, lemon. All right. So here's the thing, you guys. Oh, it's better? All right. Yeah, let me know what goes on with the reading. So again, 5 of coins, and then the 10 of coins, and the Fool, and the 3 of wands was your jumper. All right. So for honey, lemon, job opportunity on the West. Job opportunity, West Coast. A great job opportunity happening for me this year on the West Coast. All right. All right. So your reading is the 3 of Cups, which is, the keyword here is joy. And then 5 of Cups is, or 5 of Swords. You've got loss here. Although I don't know that that's how I would characterize that. And then you also got conception. This is the King of Pentacles, the King of Earth. So if I'm reading this as if I was reading Rider-Waite, so I think you're going to get out there and it's going to be amazing at first. If I was reading Rider-Waite, this card usually indicates to me a little overindulgence. You know, a little going out with friends a lot, little hangovers, little hangover card, or at least the thing that ends up in hangover. You know, partying too hardy. You know, it's a lot of fun. You're going out there. It's a lot of friends. And then 5 is a card of loss. I almost think it's, oh, you have to go, Brenda. Oh no. Well, we'll see you. You'll be back. You'll always come back, Brenda. Um, yeah, but meet new friends. I just like, I think it's kind of like one of those, oh my God, it's super fun out there at first. And then the 5 of cards is loss. You're very welcome, Claudia. I hope let me know how it kind of sits and reflects and stews with you. And the 5 of cards is loss. So I don't think that it's necessary. I think the shine comes off the apple for you after heading out west. This, if I was reading Rider Waite, this is the one with the 5 sword fights and the guy won, but it's like, at what cost? You're going to go out there and maybe you're going to realize it's not as amazing as you thought it was. But then the king of pentacles, the king of earth, or however you want to call him, conception. I mean, this is not necessarily a bad thing. So this whole thing kind of reads to me as a finding your way out there. It's not going to be a journey without its bumps and bruises, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily a thing you shouldn't go out there. I think eventually you're going to wind up finding yourself professionally and personally, as far as long-term, it's like long-term, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs kind of a guy. So whenever I see the King of Pentacles, this reflects to me as somebody who has seen, they've got everything that they need and want. It's just, like they've got their food, water, shelter, they've got the emotional, they've got the professional fulfillment, and some self-actualization. It's just kind of like anything you could possibly, some adjusting, but eventually you'll get there and it'll be comfortable. If that makes any sense, especially where these 2 cards are kind of almost polar opposite. Yeah, strangely Osho Zen like, that's true. I don't have the Osho Zen. I keep eyeing it. I keep eyeing readings with it, and I feel like it would do the same thing to me, trap me in with the keywords. But yeah, I feel like these 2 are just such polar opposites. You've got like the black and the red against each other. You've got wine flowing into these cups, but it doesn't look amazing to me. It feels almost like blood or muscle fiber too. Is this cutting out again? Did I just cut out on you guys? Come back. Did it just cut out again? All right. So I think I can tell when it cuts out because the chat kind of goes away. So, but yeah, it's like, it's weird. So interested in going out there because you won't have family out there. So you're not going to have a support system. So friends that you make out there might not be real friends, kind of a thing. I don't know. I would just be careful going out there. That's all. I would tell you that anyway, especially if you're going out there where you don't have family. Just know who you're hanging out with and just be really careful and you'll get there. All right. So who is next? I think Tiffy is next. Who is next? Let's see. Oh my God, Crystal Mama I just scrolled back to cornbread and oh my God. All right, let's see. Who else is getting a reading this morning? All right. Tiff, what's your question? Tiffany? Oh no, your lunch break is finished. That's sad. It's also weird. I don't know, like I get that this is like a global thing, but it's only 10 a.m. for me. So it's weird that there's lunch breaks happening like during the day already. It's weird. All right. Mia, absolutely. I believe Tiff jumped in. And then after Tiff, yes, it can be more of an advice thing. What's the thing that you need advice on? And then Mia, type your question in so that way I know what it is. How to handle your shit show of a week. Is this the week you do your clinicals? Oh, Sam's stepdad is passing away. Oh my God. How's his mom? How's he? Hi, Purple Violet. How are you? Yeah, text me about it if you don't want to discuss it here. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that it's just like blah. Morning, Purple Violet. How are you? All right. So how to handle the week for Miss Tiffy. My bestest Tiff. All right. Well, also, you don't have to text me. Call me later. What is today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, let's see. All right, so for today, you've got the 10 of Cups card. It says success. Like, see, oh my, see, this is where this, so I could see, so this deck is not going to be appropriate for every reading. I can already tell. So the 10 of Cups card says success. I'm going to read it like it was Rider Waite because apparently that's what I'm already doing with this deck. So I pulled a card for you for each day. So this one is usually you see like a rainbow and a happy family, like arm around each other, mom and dad, and some kids playing on the lawn. And then like there's a rainbow and it's over a modest house. And it's more about emotional fulfillment and leaning on your family. So this tells me that you've got a support network in place already. And it's time to start making calls and kind of like, hey, this is going on. I might need to lean on you a little bit for support. It's kind of like, you know, you've got people and places in there already willing to do what they can for you. So just kind of alert them to the fact that stuff's going on and it might get shitty. And you might need to talk to them or you might need to ask favors from them. So now is the time, like today's the day to maybe start doing that. Contact whoever it is you need to contact in your family. And then you got the King of Swords, which is intuition. So Tuesday, tomorrow, you're going to be relying on your gut and taking action as far as that's concerned. So this is more of a head than an emotion thing too. So because the Suit of Swords is very cerebral. It's all about ideas. It's all about, you know, it's more about like facts than it is feelings. I think that's probably the most appropriate way to describe the type of intuition that you're drawing upon with this card. And it's also somebody who just gets like really good at, you know, people get like really good, perfect ideas. That's going to happen for you tomorrow. Like, it's just, there's going to be a way, like, it's going to be like your aha moment and you're going to figure out a way to kind of pull it all together and make the week work for you. And then 13. So this is Wednesday. And given the situation, that's really interesting. Normally the Death card is all about a big change. It doesn't always herald passing away, but it would be interesting to see what's going on as far as that's concerned. But yeah, it's all about a big change, like the ending of one thing and the beginning of another one. But like back in the day, that card used to herald, it used to mean like a death or a pretty, like along with the Tower, a tragic change. But anyway, hi Veronica, how are you? So it would be interesting. This is Wednesday. Let me know how Wednesday is. And then 10. So this is Thursday is Desolation. This is the 10 of Swords. So if Wednesday happens to go this way for you, which would be really sad, Thursday is going to be, normally you see it as a stab in the back kind of a thing, but I think this is probably going to be the day of emotional upheaval for most people. You're going to feel really alone. If Sam, like, you know, maybe Sam won't be processing things really well. Just know that this is going to be a really, really bad day. Oh, I think it just jumped out again. Hang on, I'm waiting for the chat to come back. Chat, come back. Come back, chat. All right, sorry. I saw that the chat popped out, so I stopped the reading at this card. But yeah, so this is going to be a day. It's just going to be a really difficult, awful, horrible day. There might be some lashing out. And Thursday's the anniversary of your dad's death too. Oh my goodness. That would be, yeah. So this is going to be like a day of ridiculousness for everybody. It's not going to be a good day. That's Thursday. Friday continues with more conflict. So whatever has happened or is said on Tiffany, I'm sorry. Like, this is the worst. This is the worst for you. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Just come stay at my house. You can sleep on the couch. It'll be amazing. So this is 8, the card of conflict. Although 8, I don't necessarily read as conflict. So when I read 8 from Rider-Waite, it's usually a woman and there's a bunch of swords around and she is blindfolded. There's a path out of the swords, but she just can't see it, kind of a thing. It's almost like a card of feeling trapped. And there's a solution, but it's one of those you're kind of like trapped in your own being trappiness and you can't like really see the solution forward because you've got all that other shit going on. So I don't know that conflict is necessarily the right thing for you, but or the right way to read this card. But I think it's one of those, it's not going to be an amazing day. I would watch your words, or if somebody else is particularly mean to you that day, maybe you want to take what they say with a grain of salt. Like, don't take it to heart. Just know that they're lashing out because they're hurting. And then Saturday, you're going to finally see some relief. So this is the Ace of Cups, which is usually about big emotion, but in a good way. I think that's one of those, connecting with people that you know and love that will support you, or maybe whoever winds up, making, Thursday and Friday a particularly awful day will come around and apologize. It's just, this seems to me like a clouds clearing kind of a thing. And then the 7 of Coins, which says delay, doesn't always work. Doesn't always seem that way to me. Like, so 7, usually you see like the guy and his stuff is growing out of the garden and he's waiting for it to ripen. I don't think it's so much a delay as it is, you have to wait, but you would have to wait anyway. So it's weird that it would say delay, but it's going to feel like just a slow molassesy type of a day. As far as emotions and family, and maybe you're working that day, maybe it'll feel like, I don't know, maybe this is, maybe in conjunction with work. If you're working on Sunday, maybe you might need to take that day off. If you can. I know, like, I don't know if you're doing like clinicals or nursing stuff that weekend. But overall, this is a shit show of a reading, and I am sorry for that. I can't tell you it's going to be an amazing week, but if I were you to, like, today, this whole thing is telling me that today you really need to get your support system in place for the week. And I'm there for you, Ladyface. Anything you need. I'm gonna make you casserole. Make you tuna casserole, because love you. Tuna casserole is a miracle. We'll solve everything. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's a shit show of a reading, and I'm sorry I even gave it to you. All right, so I have time for one more question. And then I have to go to work because it's 10:13 and I'm supposed to open at 10 a.m. So let's see. Who jumped in there first? Veronica, it's been so long since I've seen you on. I feel like. All right. So Louisa, me and my ex can start a new beginning and possibility in love. And then, all right, so I will do, so it looks like there are 2 readings about, all right, I'll do 2 because it looks like there was 2 already queued up. And then, oh, Mia, you had a question. Where is your question? Oh, the relationships. Okay, so I have to do Mia first, you guys. Mia, I'm not skipping you. All right, so Mia's gonna go first. So because she was in there, right after Tiff. So what needs to shift in your relationship with your business partner? All right. And then I will do Louisa. And then it looks like so Louisa, Red Moon, and Purple Violet. If you want them, I'll still do them. It's going to be really quick. Red Moon, I'll try to squeeze you in. I can't make a promise. I really am going to call this quits at 10:20, 10:25, 10:30, so I can get to work on time, kind of. All right, so Mia, what needs to shift between you and your business partner? All right, let's see. What needs to shift between you and your business partner? Do. Okay, so you got the Judgment card, which was your first. This is an interesting one. So you get the Judgment card, which is all about rebirth, renewal. I don't know if there is something going on with your business partner, but it feels like you guys maybe need like kind of a fresh start, kind of maybe like look at the business partnership with fresh eyes, redraw now that you've been in business together for a little while. Maybe you gotta like kind of not necessarily redraw contracts, but maybe approach your relationship as if you were forming the business for the first time. But this time maybe focus on your well-being. So here is you drew the well-being card, the 6 of coins, which is normally a card about nostalgia. I could see where it would be about well-being though. Try to draw on the feelings that you both had when you started the business partnership, like the excitement and the, like if maybe the relationship has gone stale or whatever, or it's like shifted one way or another towards actually, and it's really interesting. You're getting a lot of circle imagery. Is it out of balance? Do you feel like you or your partner has too much responsibility? Like one person's pulling their weight a little bit more than the other person is, or has a little bit more of a power dynamic? Because it feels like stuff needs to be balanced out. So maybe if you're going to try and shift this so that way it's a little more equal, you need to focus on your well-being, but also focus on getting things a little more, rounded out and whatnot. So if you're, just kind of be like, not so much that like you need to, like, hey, you need to pull your weight, but like, I'm feeling a little drained. I need you to take on a little more responsibility. I'd like to, this is an opportunity for us to get more of your ideas. Like, so you're pulling more of your weight than the other person. So be like, now's a chance to get more of your ideas infused into this business. So at that point too, Judgment, I think the Judgment card, again, it's like about a rebirth and a rethinking. So you've got to kind of, people who tend to take on more responsibility in a business have a strong idea about where the business should be headed and tend to draw that responsibility to themselves on purpose, whether they think they're doing it or not. It's so they can have more control over it. So you need to be able to relinquish some of that control as well. For your well-being, you can't keep on doing what you're doing and expect like you can't have as much control as you have and have less responsibility either. You have to let the other person have room for their ideas, and you have to have the other person, have some say in how the business is going, especially if you want them to pull their weight a little bit more. They need to feel invested. And then I think that's where the satisfaction card comes in. You've got, so these 2 cups, this is interesting. Like you've got all the stuff pouring into one cup and pouring out of the other cup. And you can't have that. So it's got to be more like these 2 other cups that are totally balanced. Like there's liquid in both of them. like this, again, it needs to be a little more, like it needs to be balanced and more well-rounded. That's just like the big thing I'm getting from it. So, and judgment, it's like a rebirth. So make sure that it doesn't shift where you're putting all the responsibility on this other person either. You know, you both need to have a little bit more of an equal say and a little bit more of an equal share of the responsibility. And it just needs to be, like, again, it just needs to be more of a well-rounded partnership because it's not working. And in order to do that, you both need to come together. You both need to agree on this. Maybe having a moderator there might be nice because that's kind of what I'm getting from this card too. If you two have been in like a closed circle of a relationship, as far as making decisions and stuff are concerned, it's not working. You need an impartial third party to help you kind of figure out what responsibilities should be where. And then how to get fresh ideas and fresh life and whatnot into this partnership. And this isn't like it's not a shit show of a reading. So I'll bet you this other person will be thankful that you breached the subject. Just be like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. And I'm sure you've been feeling it too. Kind of a thing, you know, just, so that's kind of the reading. That was actually a surprisingly good reading. Yay, Gilt Tarot. So anyway, hi Punky, how are you? All right, and then Louisa, I believe, was the next one. Can you and your ex have the start of a new beginning and a new possibility in love? So I'm gonna do 4 cards, 2 cards for if you did get back together and 2 cards for if you didn't get back together. And that will help you make a decision. But I am always inclined to say your ex is your ex for a reason. And those who don't learn from their past are doomed to repeat it. But I am a jaded, salty broad with some pretty crappy exes. So maybe that, I don't know. So here is for getting back together, and here is for going your separate ways. All right. So Louisa. So getting back together. This one is interesting. Prudence and strength. So you got the 9 of coins, and you got the so the 9 of coins. Yeah, the 9 of coins is that woman that's kind of got everything going on for herself. And then you've got strength. So I don't know if financial reasons are keeping you wanting to go back to this guy or whatnot, but you know, you'd be comfortable. So here's the thing, the 9, so like it would be prudent for you to go back to him because it's comfortable. You like him. You know, you like him. It's you've been there, done that. It's not anything new or scary, but it's going to take a lot of emotional strength if you're going to make it work. Again, he's your ex for a reason. You two have history, and you're going to have to overcome that history, and it's going to be hard for you to do. So you're going to have to like dig deep in that wellspring and try to find like the oasis and good nuggets in that desert. Going your separate ways. So going your separate ways, apparently it might be even worse. So you've got conflict and instability. Although to me, this kind of speaks to your fears for going your separate ways. Again, the 8 of Swords, I hate reading that as conflict because that's not how it reads to me. That's more of a 5 of Swords to me. It's that woman that's trapped and can't see her way out in the traditional Rider-Waite imagery. And then the 8 of Cups is about... where's my Rider-Waite? You know what? Let's try and pull it from this. So you got 2 8s, which I find to be really interesting. But I'm going to pull so you can kind of see this is the Bianco Nero ones. So the 8 of 5, 6, 7, 8 of Cups. All right. And then the 8 of Swords. Okay. So this is a little more Rider-Waite-y. So you can see what the images look like. This is the 8 of Swords, you guys. It's a little more traditional Rider-Waite. See how she's kind of tied up? She might not have put herself in that situation, but there's a definite way out. She just can't see it. And then the 8 of Cups is usually more about walking away from stuff that's not working anymore. It's about a willing departure and kind of like, okay, well, I have this thing and it's comfortable and I kind of like, so those cups are kind of nice, right? And I mean, he's stacking them. You could probably stack some more cups or whatnot, but he's kind of like, why am I stacking cups? And that's not working for me anymore. And I'd like to leave. So he's going to try and step out and go do something new. And that, I think that to me is a little bit of a more, like it's a better reading for going your own way. Although where this is tumultuous, a little more tumultuous in its imagery, I feel like that is kind of, you've got fears for moving on, because it's unknown and it's scary and you want to stick with something that's a little more comfortable to you. But who knows what you're going to find if you leave, right? I mean, that's part of what's scary, but it could be something better. So just know that you've got a lot of emotional digging to do. And while it's prudent to stay with your ex, and moving on is scary, it might be like, I don't know, it's whichever one you think is the better choice for you. I'm inclined to say, conquer your fears and see if you can find something new. But if you think you can make it work with them, it's going to be hard, but the both of you can probably make it work. It just is going to be a lot of emotional work and sacrifice on your part. So that is your reading for that. And then, all right. So who is going next? Purple Violet, and then Red Moon. All right. So Purple Violet, are you still there? Oh, you're very welcome, Louisa. I hope that makes sense for you. Purple Violet and Red Moon. So Purple Violet wants a reading for advice for you and Aquarius. All right, great. So what kind of relationship is you and Aquarius, if you don't mind my asking? So you and Aquarius, any particular kind of reading that you need there? Is it a love reading? Is it a business reading? So, yeah, so if you get back to me a little quick, that would be great. Oh, he's your crush. Okay. So you want to know if this crush is going to work out. All right. So, or how to further the crush along. All right, let's see. We'll do a little 3 card. And then Red Moon, if you could have your, if there's anyone who has feelings for good, you had your question ready. And then let's see. All right. How to further and move the crush along and if it's going to work out. All right. So, ooh. Okay, so these 2 cards read to me very much like a crush should read. So the 10 of Cups, which is, like happy family, like good feelings, like, oh my God. And the Star is a lot of hope and potential. So this just reads very much like new crush to me. Like, yay, oh my God, like butterfly feelings, and we're gonna have such an amazing family, and it's gonna be such a great relationship, and oh my God, I really want him. Like, we would be so perfect together, like white picket fence, like all those good feelings. And then you pulled the 5 of Wands, which is conflict. And here it says endeavor. Traditionally, it's like 5 guys trying to beat each other up with a bunch of tent poles, which is really interesting. So I think it's one of those, while you have all these feelings, and also like those 5 guys, like, so when I usually see those guys, I see like 5 people. It speaks to me too many cooks in the kitchen. Like no matter how much you try with that many people, you're never going to pull whatever it is off and together. So if you have been talking to a lot of people about your crush, if you've been looking for a lot of advice and stuff about the crush, which I'm sure you have been, because we've all been there, like you've got crushes, it speaks to me that you've got a lot of cooks in the kitchen where this crush is concerned, where this guy is concerned. So I think you need to sit down and kind of listen to your own intuition as to whether or not it's going to work out and whether or not your personalities are compatible. And then as far as, I'm going to pull another card for you because I need to know how it ends. I need to know how it ends. There's some conflict there. Does it resolve? Do Purple, Violet, and the crush get together? All right, here is a card for that. And you drew the Magician. Which means that like all the pieces are there. You've got all the tools to make it work. I think you just need to stop asking for butt tons of advice and take matters into your own hands. I mean, if you really feel this hopeful about your crush, yeah, you've got the tools to make it work, but I think it's like one of those, like if the situation's kind of complicated, like uncomplicate it. Like, are you like, it seems to me like it's complicated for no reason, if that makes any sense. So you've got all the pieces and the tools and the power to make what you want to happen, or at least to bring this thing to a conclusion. So it's just a matter of taking matters into your own hands, being confident enough to not confront your crush, but to like make it happen. If that makes any sense. Like this conflict card feels completely unnecessary. It's almost out of place in this reading. Like it seems like, hey, here's some bullshit for no fucking reason. Like it's just like, what are you doing? Like, why is there this bullshit there? Like it seems to me like you need to like question, like, why is that bullshit there? Do you even need that bullshit? Is this bullshit for you? And then once you really figure out why the bullshit's happening, you'll have all the tools to make what you want to happen, whether or not you choose to follow through with this crush or whether or not you decide that it's just too much bullshit for you. So that's kind of where that reading is taking me. And I hope that makes sense to you. And yeah. All right. So let's see. Who else was there? So we have Red Moon. And so Red Moon is the last one. So, right. So I think that's the last one, right, you guys? All right. So Red Moon wants to know if there's anyone who has feelings for you. I am not taking any more questions after Red Moon, you guys, because I'm already past when I said I was going to be, and I'm going to be late opening the store. But one of these nights, I'm going to spend some time doing unlimited readings. Maybe I'll come back on tonight. Maybe I'll come back on tonight and we'll do some unlimited readings. So that'll be fun. We'll do a readathon. And I'm also thinking about taking up readings and whatnot, like starting to offer readings, if that makes any sense, professionally. Because it's time. I think it's time. I want to take that step in my tarot career. All right. So, Red Moon. If there's anyone who has feelings for Red Moon, Red Moon, are you still there? Yeah, so we'll do, so Punky, what hemisphere are you in? Okay. So oh, hold on. You know what? I need to reshuffle because I left these cards out. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. Stupid. So in the comment section, not in the chat section, you guys, in the comment section, if I was to do a readathon, let me know what times would work for you. Eastern Standard Time, please. I'm not good with time zones that aren't my own. You're in the north? What hemisphere though? Like, so you're in the North Hemisphere, but are you like, what time zone? Yeah. Translate it all to Eastern Standard Time because that's what I need to know. That's what I need to know. All right. And then I will try to make a time that an hour behind me. Oh, so you're only an hour behind me? Okay. So I will try to make a time that works for everybody, but I can't promise that I will make it work for everybody. All right. So Red Moon, you're reading. Is there anybody who has feelings for you? All right. Well, this is an interesting reading. God damn. You got the Ace of Swords, which is energy. And then you got the Death card, which is usually about a big change, a big and permanent change. And then you got the Magician. So this is reading to me like almost a like a lack of self-esteem or confidence, but like a fresh burst of air where that's concerned. So I don't know that this isn't reading to me like you have somebody who's got an interest in you necessarily. Although, I mean, like if I was going to read this fortune tellery, I'd be like, yeah, there's two people that have an interest in you. One sucks and one's great. One sucks, one's great. Because there's like two character type figures in here. I don't like fortune tellery style readings though. I'm not Lenormand. Although, well, sometimes I'll choose a Lenormand style. Anyway, I would say that if you really want people to start being interested in you and noticing you, there needs to be some changes happening for you, if that makes any sense. Like you need to start investing in yourself a little bit, maybe having like shifting. So there's a few guys who are always looking at you. I think there needs to be a shift in your energy. Because that's what, like, this is almost what this is reading to me. Like there are a few guys who are interested in you, but maybe you're not attracting the right kind of people, and maybe a shift in what you've got going on will help bring the right kind of people your way. I mean, maybe a little working on some manifesting, working on some, what you dish out, the universe tends to send back to you. So if you don't like the people that are being drawn to you, a big change needs to happen. You need to do a little work on yourself. And if I were you, I would sit down. If you have a tarot deck, I think it's time for some shadow work. Sit down and be like, what needs to shift for me energetically to attract the right kind of people in my life? Rather than being like, oh, does somebody have feelings for me? It's like, why are you even asking that question? Who cares? Who cares? It should be I always get really frustrated when people ask that question, because like it's really like in the scheme of things, who gives a shit if somebody's got feelings for you? Are they even and if they did, are they even the right kind of person? Like, are you ready and in a place to be in a relationship? Are you happy with the kind of people that you're attracting? Do you want to attract a different kind of person? Like, it just kind of, tarot for me is a little more about self-work and for sussing out like the relationships that you already do have than it is for like, oh, does he, she, be want to be my boyfriend? So this to me almost reads like you need a little bit of, so these two cards these were your bookend cards, by the way. And then this one is like in the middle, and it's not like a great one to be like, these two cards together read beautifully, energy and magician, like, yeah, good stuff coming your way, good energy. But this guy, it's almost like something is hindering you from attracting like the kind of people that you want in your life, if that makes any sense. So you used to be very shy and no one was interested in knowing you, but things changed suddenly. So if things change suddenly, try to figure out what changed. Do you like that change? Was it a change for the good or the better? Like these are all questions you need to be delving into, I think. And I think there needs to be a little introspection and journaling for you as far as that's concerned. So you like it, but are you attracting the right kind of people? I really think that that's got a lot to, like, I keep kind of circling back to that question. Are you attracting the right kind of people with the right kind of energy to you? Or are you attracting people that just want to use your energy and then, not give anything back? So I think there needs to be a little introspection and stuff done there. So anyway, yeah, well, I know a lot of people that seemed to be nice to at first too. I mean, give them a chance if you want. That's great. I'm kind of like approaching this with like a, I don't know. I kind of, not that I get in, I don't necessarily call them intuitive hints or like like whatever. I kind of like, I'm very suspicious for you right now. Like that's like, and that's probably just like, you know, I've been around the block a few times and like, I only want to see the best for you. And I remember what my experience was when I first started dating. So, I don't think it's a problem with whether or not you've got people that have feelings for you. I think it's a problem with whether or not there are people with the right kind of feelings for you, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I'm gonna let you stew on that one. Good times. Oh, she took a look on your cell phone. Dump her like a hot fucking rock. That's going nowhere fast. Sorry. If there's somebody looking on your cell phone for anything, for things other than whether or not you got centipede, you need to just, yeah, drop her like a hot rock. Seriously, nope. And she's dating her, like you don't need that in your life. So yeah, I'm going to end this with my piece of dating advice for you youngins. If there is somebody who looks through your phone for anything other than what kind of games you have, then you need to just drop them like the hottest potato. Like, just seriously, like they're made of acid and you don't need them in your life, because that's trust issues, and you don't need to be inviting that bullshit into your life, because you're just going to answer to their trust issues the entire time. They need to work that shit out before they come back into your life. So anyway, I'm going to get going. So Gill Tarot, I'm going to give it like a B-, honestly. Like, it's not the kind of, like, the readings weren't terrible with it. Some of them were really good. I think it's going to work out. I think it's really good for readings that really need keywords, like with Tiffany's 7 days of the week spread kind of a thing. But as far as, I don't know, like, I'm going to sit with this one. So I probably will do a giveaway with it, but I don't know that I'll do it right away. I'll announce the giveaway when it's time, and we'll go from there. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll try to get on tonight to do some readings. If not tonight, then tomorrow. Leave the times that you would like to see a reading done in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye, all.